Last session we started Kubernetes, right? Okay, so let's continue from there. Okay, so for the online guys, I hope my voice is clear for you. Can you please confirm in chat once whether I'm audible or not? Yeah, okay. Alone. Okay, so we can start. Okay, so we can start the Kubernetes class. In the meanwhile, let me start EC2 instance creation. So Kubernetes cluster, you know about cluster? Can anyone explain the architecture of cluster? First of all, cluster we have. Inside cluster, what we have? Nodes. Inside nodes? Pods. Inside pods? Inside container? Application. Good. So let me create an EC2 instance first of all. So the name is Minikube. So I'm taking Ubuntu 20 version only. Sir, what is the requirement for creating the Minikube, sir? How many CPUs we want? How much of RAM we want? RAM, man, not room. No. 500. If we create the 500 of RAM, right, we need to sell our land properties. I can't sell mine. If you are able to sell, please give it to me. 500 MB, yeah. MBs will not work, na? So here you can see it. So to create a Minikube, the requirement is 2 CPUs and 2 GB of RAM as well as 20 GB of disk space. That means we can call it as EBS volumes. So T2 medium I'm gonna take here. T2 medium. So keep it. I'll create a new keeper. Or simply let take. Sure. That's my favorite cartoon actually. You see Power Rangers? Who is your favorite ranger? Don't tell Red Ranger. I am Red Ranger. In my childhood. Huh? Blue Ranger, eh? Okay, which series you watch basically in Power Rangers? Huh? SPD. Okay, then still Operation Overdrive. Then Jungle Fury, Dino Thunder. Then don't you watch like Ninja Storm? Ninja Storm is the Ninja Storm. Before Ninja Storm, we have Wild Jungle Wild something. Jungle Fury, I think so. That's the very first one. Like I have watched. Good morning, Venkat. Go on, connect. I'll ask you a couple of questions. Try to tell me the answer. Sir, whenever you download a particular tool with the help of file format, what are the 2 things you need to follow? what are the two things we need to follow? Whenever I download a particular tool with the help of file, what are the things we need to follow? మర్చిపోయారా? I said already, just try to remember in the meanwhile. I'll tell you, but you try to tell me. Why? Because this is the important thing you need to learn actually. First one is correct. I heard executable permission. Second one. What is second one then? Tell me if it is wrong, like I'll correct you, na? If I download a file, that file need to be work as command. What are the two things you want to do? Give permission. First one correct only. Then move to user local. Why to move to user local bin? Because all the executed commands, what we are using on Linux operating system, every command must be on bin folder. Which folder? That's it. So let's go for the setup. Sir, how we are going to set up all? Hello, guys, are you able to hear me now? Is it clear for all of you now? I hope so it will. Okay then. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation, all of you. Okay, so can we start now? So your setup is almost ready to done. I'll ask you a couple of questions. What is the command to create the pod? Or first of all, how many ways can we create a pod? In how many ways? Two ways, correct? What is the way number one? Imperative means command. Declarative means correct or not? So which one we prefer on real time? File. Tell me one thing. Today you want to create a pod. Tomorrow also you want to create a pod. Day after tomorrow also you want to create a pod. Likewise, daily are you going to give commands? But file if you write today, tomorrow also you can use or not, sir? Day after tomorrow? Day after tomorrow also we can use. So that's the thing you need to understand. So whatever the things you are going to do on real time, we will not prefer ad hoc methods. Ad hoc method means commands. Already seen, right? So we prefer the file format creation. That can be any file, Docker file, Ansible playbook, Kubernetes manifest, whatever it can be. I haven't said anything, Priyanka. Just now I started. Okay, in the meanwhile, Minikube is a single node cluster, correct? In which environments we are going to use on real time? Devin? Like pre-prod or non-prod, like developing and testing environments. But in production, can we use it? Why we can't? Because of single node. If something happened to that node, we cannot able to retrieve anything, right? So we are going to prefer the what we call this one, high availability method. Just like in Docker, we have seen Docker Swarm, right? In Kubernetes also, we are going to have the cluster. Lot of clusters here. We'll discuss one by one. But before that, let me create a Guys, am I fine now? Are you able to hear me then? Can you confirm? Hello guys, are you able to hear me now? Fine. Okay, so we can start now. Thank you. Thank you, Pawan. So here, like what exactly I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this content, like I'm going to paste it on which website? AML lint. What it will do? This is going to read the AML indentations. Click on go. Done. Single click. Whatever you write, wherever you write, how many mistakes you do, single click. Enough. If you want me to show one more time, here have I given a indentation, sir. It's like not good, right? So what I have done, copy this one and go to YAML lint and paste it here. Now click on go. Done. Clear, sir? So then what you are going to do, you need to delete all of these lines, right? What you are going to do, DD, like this. Huh? Don't do like this. Go to GG. If you go to GG, just to give 100 DD. 100 DD means it is going to delete all the 100 lines. Do it. Lot of people is going to remove by using backspace or DD. Don't do like this. First go to GG, top of the file, and give 100 DD. 100 lines are going to delete itself. Clear now? Shortcuts is you need to learn. So now here, how to create this object means by using kubectl create. I am creating an object. From where you are creating the object? From the help of file. What is the name of the file? Pod will created. 1 second. Here unknown. Oh, sorry. Here spec containers. There is some spelling mistake here. If you see the container spelling, CONTAINERS. So remember this one, no? I corrected the mistake, right? But again, need to understand one more thing here. Pod is created first of all. Give the command kubectl get PO. Shortcut is PO. You can write. Correct or not? Currently, is pod is running or not, sir? I mean, still it is on creating state. The pod running now. Unfortunately, in my pod, I have the application, Swiggy application I have, or like train application. Which application? Sir, you are accessing the application. Okay, what happened, you know? Unfortunately, if I give the command kubectl delete pod, name of the pod is Raham. What will happen now? If the pod is deleted, inside the pod container is also gone. If the container is gone, do we have the application now? It is risky or not, sir? Why? Because whenever you are using application in the container, that container might be crashed. When the container crashed, we cannot able to retrieve it immediately. We need to have some time, and again we need to create everything from the scratch. Same issue we have seen on Docker, where we have seen to resolve that issue, which concept we implemented? Docker Swarm. In Docker Swarm, we create services. With the help of service, can we create replicas or not, sir? Here also same concept. I am going to create the replicas now. Replicas means same copies. Whatever you can see on pod 1, pod 2 also you can see the same thing. Correct or not? Pod 3 also you can see the same thing. Clear now? So this is what you can call as the concept of replica set. Before going for the replica set here, what is the drawback in the pod? What's the drawback here? Drawback. If we delete the pod, we can't retrieve. And one more thing is, all the load will be handled by single pod. Correct or not, sir? But if I have replicas, can I share the load or not? That's it. For that purpose, we use replica set. Replica set is nothing but it will create same pod of multiple replicas. That means pod is going to be same, but the copies are multiple copies. If we delete one pod, it is going to create, and we can distribute the load also. Why? Because if you are having multiple replicas, instead of giving the pod load for the same pod, we can able to distribute. Why? Because whatever pod you can take, every pod is having same content. Correct or not? Like this, distribute. So now let's understand the concept of replica set. First of all, have you seen this one? From here to here, you can see this. Is it easy or difficult? Easy, huh? Easy. Sure. What about you online? Is it easy or difficult to understand? Tell me if it is easy. Okay. If it is not easy, I'll make it easy, na? Sure. Not easy means what you are going to do? Make it short. Sir, here no need to remember everything, sir. I'll tell you only one base point. Specifications are same for container, pod and replica set. Have you seen this one? Huh? And here API kind metadata also same thing. But in between, from here to here only you want to learn. Just 9 lines. How many lines? But to learn these 9 lines, you need to keep your mind here. Otherwise, you cannot learn this. Very, very important concept. So definitely, you need to understand this one. Without understanding this concept, you cannot do anything on the Kubernetes point of view. Clear now? You fine? Okay. Want some water? Okay. So now let's write the concept of replica set here. Sir, currently if you go and see kubectl get PO, do you have any pod? Nothing, right? So what I'm gonna do is vim abc.yml. Here I'll do nothing. First of all, sir, for API version, whenever you are creating pod, we need to give v1 only. But whenever you are creating replica set, we need to give app/. And in kind, what you are creating? So right here, replica set. Metadata name can be whatever. Here, replica set, I am giving it as train replica set. Which one? Guys, names, whatever you can do. That's nothing. Depends upon your side. If you want to give ABC, you can also give ABC. Sir, is it clear now? But here I am writing something called as labels. What I'm writing about? What is the meaning of labels in your point of view? Oh, no. No. Labels are names. Huh? Okay, like I'll take the best example to tell you about what is the meaning of label. Sir, first of all, let's go for the general example before going for technical. I came to class. I seen all of you. I said like, good morning, Jayant. Your name? Good morning, Govardhan. Your name? Shiva. Hussein. Good morning, Hussein. I cannot say all of this, right? Why? Because there are a lot of people. There are 30 to 40 minimum. If I keep saying like this, how much time it will take, sir? Forget about the time. Is it making my work difficult or not? But instead of saying good morning, Hussein, good morning, Jain, good morning, Sai, good morning, Ravi, and good morning like this, Sangeeta, like whatever it can be. Instead of saying like this, good morning, students. All of you will respond or not? Instead of calling name one by one, I am taking a label. What is the label here? If I talk about good morning, students, all of you are going to respond or not, sir? That means calling the name individually is better than calling with the help of label call student. Correct or not? Here also, for example, if you see, I am creating replicas. Whatever I am creating here, sir, whenever you create the replicas, these replicas are like students actual. So listen to the concept. One, I am taking here 3 replicas. How many? Sir, here in our class, each student have different name or not, sir? So likewise, our pods is also going to have the different names. I'll tell you. Train, RS is common, but here it is going to give like that A, B, C, D. For example, like I'm taking. Okay. For second pod, the name is going to be like this. Train RS is common to E, F, G, H. Like that. Again, for third pod is same, but the name is going to be 3, G, H, I, J. Correct or not, sir? Pods are same, but the names are same. Students, all are my students only, but the names are different. Here, instead of calling, for example, let's take this pod number 1 is Sai. Why? Because if I teach this on technical example now, you cannot able to understand this concept. Pod number 2 is Vamsi. Pod number 3 is Jayant. For example, let's consider. Sir, here pods are like students, correct or not? Each student having individual name. Again, each pod is also having individual. To maintain or to get response from all of you, I am using a word called student. What I'm using here, word called. The moment if I call you as students, good morning, students, all of you are going to respond. Correct or not, sir? Same like the moment if I call train, all of these pods are also going to respond. All of these pods are going to respond. Sir, why we need to give label means to make all of the pods as single unit. To make all of the pods as, for example, tell me, sir, if I want to scale the pods, individual pod I cannot scale. If I want to delete all the pods, individual pods I cannot delete. Or if I want to update the pod, individual pod I cannot able to update. For that purpose, to work with all of them together, I am giving a common attribute called label. What I am giving here? Label. If you see, the definition of label is labels assigning to a pod for identification. Assigning for a pod for why to identify means to work with them as single unit. Which one? Clear now? If I don't assign label, what will happen? For example, if I want to update this pod number 1, pod number 1 is different name. I need to work individually. Pod number 2 name also different. I need to work individually. Just like I wish good morning Sai individually, good morning Vamsi individually. Like that, each pod is having the different names. So I need to work with each and every pod individually, which is going to make my work as very difficult. Instead of doing all of them, I am giving a label called train. Now, this label is going to attach for all of the pods. How many pods here? The label name called train, I am going to attach for all of these pods. So now, for example, if I want to update all of these pods, I'll tell whatever the pod having label train, update all of you. Now I want to delete the pods. Whatever the pods having label is equal train, delete all of you. Whatever the pods having label train, recreate yourself. That means managing individual pods is better than managing with the help of labels. Is the label concept clear for all of you? Everyone in the class. What about you online? Is the labels concept clear for everyone in the class? Can you please confirm? Yeah, great. Thank you. Thanks for all of your response. Okay, sir. Now here I'm giving the concept called label. So I'm writing label app is equal to, it is my label. Now here I'm writing spec. What I'm writing here? Spec means specification. About which specification? Specification about replica set. Specification about what? Guys, here I know indentation. I'm directly writing, but you don't write. Write normally and then go for AML. I know already how to give indentation, so I'm writing directly. Spec, I'm gonna create here replicas. How many replicas you want? 3 replicas. Here I'm writing selector. Selector means selector is to select the pods which is having the common labels. For example, here in this diagram, how many labels I have given? Same label for 3 pods. Selector is going to find all the pods which is having common label and identify them. Clear now? Label is to assign the unique name for the pod to make a single unit. Selector is to find all the pods which is having the common label. Clear now? So here I want 3 replicas. How many replicas? For these 3 replicas, whenever I want to perform operation, I'm using selector. Selector is to find the labels here. Find what? For selector, I am telling match labels. Match labels like L must be capital. Match label. Which label it need to match? App is equal to. Clear now? So I am writing specification. How many replicas I want? Selector. Why we need to use selector? To select all the parts with. Why I need to select all the parts with the same label? To work with them together. Next, match label. To selector, I am telling selector, please match the label app is equal to train. I am giving input, right? Without giving input, selector can able to find the value, sir? No, like that. So next here I am writing about template. What I am writing about? Sir, template means here how many pods I am creating, sir? 3 of the pods need to have all the configuration same. Apart from name, configuration must be. I am telling to template. Inside template, I am writing metadata. Again, here I am giving the label call. I am giving the label call app is equal to train. I am using template. Why I am using template? To give the same configuration for all of the pods. In template, I am writing metadata. For template also, I am telling you need to give label app is equal to train for all the pods. For template, I am telling template. Please give the label app is equal to train for all of the pods you are creating. Clear now? And finally, specification. What inside specification you are writing? Name of the container is, image is. Clear now? So this is manifest file. Already you know this part and this part. In the middle, you wrote only 9. How many lines here? Already I explained one time, but second time also I am explaining. Please listen carefully. First of all, from scratch I am explaining app version. App/un. Why? Because it is replica set. I'll tell you how it is going to change from object to object. Kind what you are creating. Metadata. Name of the replica set is train replica set. Here I am giving labels. Why I am giving labels, sir? To identify all of the pods as single unit. Specification. How many replicas you want? Selector. I am telling match the label which is having app is equal to train. Template. Whenever you are creating pods with same container, same image, we need to give the same configuration. For template also I am telling give label app is equal to train for all the containers. Again, specification containers. I am gonna create container 1 and what is the image here? Nginx. It is the way to define the manifest file. But here one more thing, when you are writing specification, spec must be under metadata. Spec must be under where? And right here containers, and here you can give the name and image. Clear now, sir? So now I am gonna do, first of all, check kubectl get PO. Do I have any pods here? kubectl create -f. What happened here? Here it is telling that error while creating abc.yml. Replica set in version v1 cannot be handled as replica set. Script decoding error. Unknown field inside spec, inside template, inside metadata, inside label. You are having the error. Where you are having cat abc.yml. I'll show you here. Sir, how to read the error means, first of all, you are going to go for specification. Are you seeing spec here? Inside spec, are you seeing template? Inside template, are you seeing metadata? Here in label, you are having the error. Where you are having, sir? How it is going to give the error means, here app is equal to train. App is equal to train, correct only, right? But why it is showing error means, just observe carefully. In template, what I need to give here? Labels. What I have given here? Intentionally I have given. Why? Because even when you miss the small s, or if you miss small a, everything is going to be counted here. Whenever you get the mistake, how to read the mistake now? You need to go for error. And first of all, your mistake is on inside spec, your mistake is on inside there. So here, this is the way how to read the error, sir. If I don't show this, whenever you are getting error, you cannot troubleshoot yourself. Even if you give a small ABC mistake also, it is going to be counted. Clear now? So now VM abc.yml, here I need to replace label with labels. If you observe one thing, here what I have given, here also I need to give label or not, sir? Labels. That's the point you need to catch. Clear now? Now give the command. Done or not, sir? So remember how to read the error. First of all, you need to go to unknown field. Read like this. I'll tell the troubleshooting as well. How to do troubleshooting for your own. Sir, now I need to tell you something. What is the shortcut for pod? PO. What is the API version for pod? Kind also pod. But for replica set, we wrote app/v1. In kind, we put replica set. Shortcut to get the replica set is kubectl get rs. RS means replica set. RS means what? Are you getting replica set? Sir, how you are giving this shortcut? How you are knowing about this shortcut? Means nothing here, big rocket science. Give the command kubectl API resources. What is the command? If you give this command, oh, sorry, 1 second. API is missing here. Here, if you go ahead and see, you can understand everything. Sir, for pods, what is the shortcut? What is the API version? In kind, what I want to define? Correct or not, sir? If you scroll down here for replica set here, what is the shortcut? What is the API version? And what is the kind here? Replica set. SN must be. You need to remember this command. Kubectl API resource. If you know about this command, you can understand for which kind of object what you need to use. What is the name of the command, sir? Kubectl API. This is the thing I'm gonna tell first of all. If you give kubectl API resources, it is going to tell for what kind of object you need to give what kind of shortcut, what kind of name, what kind of entity we need to provide. Like that. Sir, how many replicas we created? Kubectl get rs means it is going to show the replica set. Correct or not, sir? Already commands also, I think. Okay, commands also here, no, fine. Kubectl gets rs-o wide. Some additional information. So here you can give kubectl get rs-o wide. Sir, if I want to get the complete information about replica set, kubectl describe rs. What is the name of the replica set? Prime rs. So instead of get, you can give describe. You wanna explain me deeply or you wanna just show me? Deeply, sure? You want me to explain? Sure. I don't explain, you will explain me. I don't explain, but you will explain to me. See. Describe means completely giving the information. Sir, how to read the full information is all of you know about English. You can speak. You can read correct or not. Then you can understand this one. See, sir, here first of all, name is train replica set. Namespace you don't know as of now. So remember that, like forgot about that one. Selector, what is selector here? App is equal to, what is the label here? Selector and label must be matched, sir. Otherwise we cannot able to work. Here replicas, how many replicas I want? Currently how many are there? 3 only. I want 3 and the replica sets also currently 3 running. So labels here I have given containers. What is the name of the container? That means in replica set containers are same here. Container 1. In all pods we are having the same container. Image, what is the image here? Sir, if you go and see, event means what happened if I after creating the replica set. If you go, event type is normal only. Normal means successful event. Whenever something is failed, here you can get warning. Normal means it is okay. Reason, successfully created. 3 minutes 4 seconds ago, from the replica set controller, already I said we have lot of type of controllers. Volume controller, network controller, replica set controller, English controller. Controller main purpose is to control the objects. Here I am using replica set controller. This replica set controller created a pod. What it created is the name of the pod. Again 3 minutes 4 seconds ago, same replica set create one more pod. Again 3 minutes 4 seconds ago, same replica controller create the pod. Clear now? Describe means it is going to show you the complete information. Sir, if something gone wrong, I got an error. How to read that error? Already I said, right? But again, I'll tell you, this is another type of error. First of all, just understand about this one. If you give the command, kubectl will get PO, how many pods you will get? 2 or 3? Sure. 3 pods you are getting. Sir, 3 pods is having same label. How to check means kubectl get rs-o void. You can check like this. Or if you give describe as well, it is having same labels or not, sir? It can show like this as well. Kubectl delete pod. For example, I am deleting this pod. Sir, here if you see names as well, train rs is same as per I said. Train rs is, but the last 4 characters are mismatching or not, sir? For every pod, the last 5 characters exactly mismatching for every pod. So it is different names I cannot handle. For that purpose, we make a unit called labels. Kubectl delete pod, and this pod I am deleting. The moment if I delete the pod, within next second I will create a new pod. How many seconds ago? Fraction of seconds only it will take. Again, if I try to delete this one, kubectl delete pod, give this pod name. Again, within fraction of second, I'll get the new pod. Fraction of seconds or not, sir? Nothing late. This is the advantage of using the replica. Clear now? Currently, how many replicas you are having? 3 replicas. Sir, for example, I want to scale the replica sets. I'm talking about scaling now. How to scale the replica set means there is a command called kubectl scale rs. Rs means replica set shortcut. What is the name of the replica set? Train rs. I am writing hyphen replicas. How many you want? I want 10. How many I want now? Currently, how many you are having? It is going to now 10. Wait for 5 seconds. Sir, how to come out of AML file? Correct only, Priyanka. So now if you see how many pods you are seeing? 10 pods, correct or not, sir? So this is the way how it is going to work. Clear for all of you? Sir, if I want to scale down. Same command, right? Scale in means to increase the number of replicas. Scale down means to decrease. Here I am creating 5. How many I am making now? A question for all of you. Try to listen the question. I am creating 10 containers, 10 pods first of all, and I am scaling down to 5. That means 5 pods are going to delete. Correct or not? Make sure this point, Adhyaksha. You need to understand something. 5 pods gone. How many pods are there? Here a question is, there is a pattern called LIFO pattern. You know LIFO? Last in first out. Sir, you deleted 5 containers. Which 5 containers are gone? The container which is deleted, which is created lastly, that is the first container will be gone. If you see the time here, 39 seconds ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of these containers created 39 seconds ago only. Correct or not, sir? The container which is lastly created, I mean like pod here actually, the pod which is lastly created is the pod which is going to delete firstly. This is what you call as LIFO pattern. LIFO pattern means last in first out. The pod which is lastly created is the pod which is going to delete firstly. So here I'm writing this one. The pattern is called as LIFO pattern. Scaling, where is scale? Okay, scaling here I wrote here. Scaling follows which pattern, sir? LIFO pattern. What is the meaning of LIFO? Last in, first out. Correct or not, sir? The pod which is created will be deleted first automatically when we scale out. Clear na, sir? You can't. We can't do it. That's the reason why we are using these labels, right? Managing individual pod is not accepted. We cannot manage individual pod. For that purpose, we are creating the group of pods. Okay, Acha, like I'll come to your point and I'll ask one question. What is your question? Means like listen here. What Jayanti is asking is, I create one pod with the help of replica set. For example, oh, 1 second. For example, this pod you create with the help of replica set. You want to create multiple pods of this one, correct or not? My first question is, what is the purpose of creating? What is the purpose of creating? Even though if I create, see what will happen is, guys, listen this question. These are the replicas of my replica pod actually. Sir, if I create the replicas of my replica pod, whatever the content in this pod will happen to all of the other pods. Again, whatever the content in these 3 pods is going to equivalent to this pod and this pod or not, sir? Then why to create the replica of replica? You got the logic point? Even if you create the replica set for replica pod, it will give the same container and same application. Yeah, that's what I said. Replica means it is going to have the same properties. You can, of course, you won't. I'll show you. Wait. Is the replica set clear for all of you, sir? Sure. Fine. Okay. So now my question is, in replica set, we have the advantage. In pod, if the pod is deleted, whenever we create a pod, if we delete the pod, it cannot able to retrieve. But replica set will able to do it or not, sir? Then here, what will happen, you know? In replica set, there is a drawback. What we have? I'll tell you what is the meaning of drawback. See, this is the in-depth point, not a subject what we call. This is the point we don't have on subject, but we'll tell for your knowledge only. Listen to it very carefully. Kubectl describe RS. What is the name of the RS here? Train? Oh, 1 second. Kubectl DSCRA. 1 second. Sir, here currently, what is the image we are having for this one? Sir, I want to update the image. What I want to do? When I update the image, what will happen, you know? These pods will not able to handle that one. Even though whatever you can do, it will not able to handle. I'll show you. Currently, we are having Nginx. What we are having? So I'm trying to change the Nginx image to Nginx 1.14. How to do it means kubectl One second. kubectl edit rs. What is the name of the rs? So now go ahead and see here. In the replica set, I'm gonna change the Nginx to Nginx 1.14. 1.14 is the newest version of the Nginx actually. Clear now? Sir, here what I'm going to do is if I give the command kubectl describe rs train replica set. Currently, what is happening here? 1.14. Correct or not? So see this one. When I try to check it individually, see what will happen. Kubectl get PO. I'm getting pods or not, sir? Check this individually. Kubectl describe pod. This is the name of the pod. And only search for image. grep-i image. Currently, what happened here? 1.18. Successfully, it is done. Okay, one more thing. First of all, let me give the describe command. One second. Are? Give me a sec. So, like directly, you can see it here. Where is this one? Yeah. So here image, what you are seeing? I update the image, but what is happening here? Still the Nginx only. But successfully pull the image Nginx in 1.8 seconds. Even though if I update Nginx to Nginx 1.14, is it replicating, sir? Showing me exact information. I update on replica set. If you see, understand the concept. First of all, I am giving the information about replica set. Sir, in replica set, what is the image you are having? Nginx 1.14. But whenever you check for the pods individually, see this what the pod is telling. This pods is still having which version of Nginx, sir? Is it updating from 1.14? No, right? Even if you check the pods individually, let's check it individually for your more clarity. Kubectl describe pod. Kubectl grep. Let's check this one. Kubectl describe pod, name of the pod. For pod 1, what is the image? Is it updated here? What is the image again? Nginx. Let's check for pod number 3. For pod number 3 also, what you are going to get? So that means here, whenever you see this Nginx, when I try to update the image, when I try to update the application of the pod, is it taking the replica set? That means it is only for scaling purpose. Which purpose? When you do update of your image, of your application means image only. Inside the image only we have application or not. Whenever you try to update the application, is replica set a good choice, sir? Waste choice or not? Why? Because it can create copies only, but it cannot able to update the application. In these kind of scenarios, we are going to use a concept called deployment. What we are going to use? Deployment is a high-level Kubernetes object. Deployment is what? I'll tell you here. Deployment is a high-level Kubernetes object. It can do all operation like replica set. Whatever replica set will do, deployment will do the same thing, sir. But why we need to use deployment means it will do rollback. In deployment we can do, and we can do roll in as well. That means if you want to update or if you want to roll back, you can do all of them. Then when compared to replica set, deployment is a good choice or not, sir? Why we need to prefer deployment over replica set? For roll in, roll out. Replica set will create replicas only, but deployment will create the replicas as well as it can able to roll out and roll in. Correct or not, sir? That's the reason we are creating. If you create replica set will create only. But if you create deployment will create. Replica set will create. Clear now? I will create only deployment, but that is going to create replica set, and again replica set will create the. Can we delete the replica set now? Kubectl get pod. How many pods you are having? Sir, if I delete this pod, it is going to recreate one more time. In that case, what I want to do? Huh? No. Kubectl delete RS. If I delete replica set, pods will go or not? Correct or not, sir? That's it. I'll tell you why I use the label concept. I'll give one brief of you. Let's create kubectl run pod1 -- image nginx. I'm creating pod 2 as well. I'm creating pod 3 as well. Sir, currently, if you give the command kubectl get pivot, how many pods are there? 8 pods. But here kubectl delete pod. Which pod I want to delete? -l. Whatever the pods having the label app is equal to train. Delete all of them. Delete all of them or not, sir? This is the reason why I used to manage the labels. So labels is going to identify all the pods with the same label. It is going to work with all of them individually. Create or not? This is why I use the labels concept. If I tell them label is the selector set, it is not going to be work on practical method. If I tell you something, it must be practically proven. Is it practically proven or not, sir? Why we are using the labels concept now? We can manage all of them with the help of single unit. So now delete kubectl, delete rs. Name is train replica set. Got now? Now you can see nothing. Even if you give kubectl get pivo, are you getting the replica sets now? No. Here one more question. Sir, all of these pod is having individual labels now. All of these pods are having individual kubectl get pivo -o wide. These labels are individual labels, right? If I want to delete all of them, the command is kubectl get, instead of get, put delete. Whenever you want to delete multiple pods at a same time, -- all. This is going to remove all of them. Clear now? If I give kubectl delete pod -- all, it is going to delete all of the pods, irrespective of labels I'm talking about. Clear now, sir? This one I'm gonna give at the end. Sir, now here I'm gonna write the thing for deployment. Now replica set is done. We need to write one more manifest file for deployment or not, sir? You can see for deployment. Now deployment also we are going to write one more manifest file. Correct or not? My question, do we need to learn all of them one more time? No need. There is only one difference. In kind, replace replica set with deployment. Apart from that, everything is common. What do you want to replace? Instead of replica set in kind, we want to replace deployment. So just go to my manifest file. In the manifest file, instead of kind replica set, what we are going to do here? In deployment, D must be capital. Here also for replica set, you can give train deploy, but I'm putting replica set only. Whatever you want, you can put there. Then kubectl create -f abc.yml. Give the command kubectl get deploy. Are you getting deployment here? Sir, whenever you create the deployment is going to create the replica set I haven't created. Deployment will create automatically. If you want me to show, kubectl get rs. Is deployment create replica sets? Again, replica set will create. Seeing the pod, sir? This is the way. Sir, what is the limitation over replica set and deployment? What is the limitation? Replica set, we cannot update the image, but in deployment, can we do it or not, sir? Let's see it practically. Kubectl describe deploy. Shortcut is deploy for deployment. And what is the name of the deployment here? Train rs. Deployment name is train replica set, but of course you can give train deploy as well. Depends upon your requirement. Currently, what is the image, sir? Here, I'll update the image. How to update? Kubectl instead of describe, put edit here. What do you want to put? Kubectl edit deploy. Which deployment you are editing, sir? Train replica set. Same file again, but instead of nginx, this time I'm going to replace 1.14. Now all of the containers are going to get the image of 1.14, sir. All of the containers are going to get the, I'll tell the behind the scenes concept. You know, behind the scenes how it is going to work. See, update it, right? Let's see what is going to happen. Means kubectl will get PO. Just to give the command kubectl get PO. What is happening here? Old containers are terminating. New containers are creating or not, sir? There is a behind the scenes process. Yes, see. Currently, these three are Nginx images. Like let's take all of these three are having Nginx image. Which image? This 1, 2, 3. When I try to update the image from Nginx to Nginx 1.14, first of all, this is going to delete. One old pod will delete. One new pod will create. Then again, second old pod is going to, second new pod is going to, again, third old pod is also going to, again, third new pod is going to. We are not going to delete all of them. We are going to delete one by one, one by one. One old pod get deleted, one new pod will create. Again, second old pod will delete it, second new pod will create. Third old pod will get deleted. Third new pod will get. This is what you can call as rolling updates. In real time, there is a concept called deployment strategy. Which one? In deployment strategy, we have a concept called rolling updates. It is what you call as rolling updates actually. If you go and give the command kubectl describe. Sir, in describe here, whatever you are going to see now. What is the image you are seeing here? 1 point. Are you seeing here rolling updates? Rolling update strategy. There is a 25 max unavailable and 25 max surge. I'll tell you about this later. Basically, it is not required for your knowledge, but I'll tell you, don't worry. Currently, in the deployment, image get update. Sir, when the image get update on deployment, that means pod also need to get the new image or not, sir? Can we check it individually? Kubectl describe, just to give PO. All of the pods are going to describe, not one by one, all of the pods. If you see, every pod is describing or not, sir? The moment if you give the command kubectl describe pod, if I want to check individually, I need to give individual name, but not like that. If I give the kubectl describe pod, it is going to describe each and every pod. For example, it is the pod number 1. In pod number 1, what is the image you are seeing? Nginx update or not, sir? Again, in pod number 2, what is the image? 1.14. Again, in pod number 3, what is the image? Nginx. Then updating is happening or not, sir? This is the difference between replica set and deployment. Then again, in future, if I want to go from 1.14 to 1.16, again I can go. Can we check it? Can you tell me the process? Kubectl edit deploy. What is the name of the deployment? Train RS. So instead of Nginx 1.14, what I need to replace here? 1.1. That's it. I don't do anything now. The moment if I give this one, old pod is going to delete, and again new pod is going to container creating. See, container creating. First of all, one new pod is creating, and one old pod is going to delete, sir. Have you seen this one? One by one got replaced or not, sir? Again, if I give the command kubectl describe PO, it is going to show all pods information, correct or not? Kubectl describe, just to give PO. It is going to show how many pods I have, that many information it is going to show. Simply, if you want, you can use grep command. What I can use? Image I can use. What I can use? Just to give grep-i image. Simply, I can use this one. All of the pods are having Nginx 1.16 or not, sir? Pod number 1, pod number 2, pod number 3. Instead of checking complete information, better to use the grep command. Which command? Seeing or not? This is what we call as deployment. What we can call it as? Is the difference between deployment and replica set clear or not, sir? Only single line answer I want. What is the difference between replica set and deployment? Replica set, we cannot update. It will create the same copies of pods, but deployment, you can update. So which one is preferred to use on real time? Deployment. In deployment, which strategy I have shown you? Rolling updates. Which one? Rolling update means, first of all, it is going to delete one old pod, create one, and again delete the old, create the. It is what you can call as deployment strategy. Clear now, sir? Of course, deployment strategy I'll tell you separately. In your last class, to go with experience, you need to understand what are the strategies. I'll tell there clearly, but for now, you need to observe this one. Clear now, sir? Again, if I want to scale the deployment, of course I can scale. Tell me the command. kubectl scale deploy. What is the name of the deploy? Train rs. 1 second, 1 second. Already train. That's the reason. Then hyphen replicas is equal to. Now give the command kubectl get PO. See, new container is created. That's it. Currently, all of the pods are running or not, sir? If I delete the pod, what is going to delete now? First of all, this pod will go. Next, this pod will go. This pod. Like it is going to delete one by one. Okay. So this is the concept. Already I give the commands here for scaling and everything I have given. Okay. For scaling of deployment as well, same command, guys. Scaling for replica or deployment, whatever it can be. Commands is going to be same. So this is about the deployment and replica set. Before going for doubts and queries, how the concept for today? Very good. Lot of people will feel difficult to understand this concept, but I'm not sure how you felt. Easy or difficult you felt. But you need to practice. Otherwise, it is not going to be inserted into your brain. But guys, remember, whatever you want to do on real time, without deployment, you cannot do anything. Clear now? So that's it. So is today's class enough, or can we proceed with one more topic? One more topic, huh? Small topic. We can do it in 2 minutes. Tell me one thing, like currently you are seeing this output on black and white, right? I don't like this black and white. Can we change it to color? Terminal color not. Output color I'll change, not terminal color. There is a concept called cube color. Which one? Cube color is to change the color of Kubernetes output. Currently we're seeing black and white, right? I'll give one script. If you run that script, directly we're going to use the colorful output. Let me show you. Lensa. Sorry, lens is in. Okay, integrate development. Oh, of course, like we do have. Actually, there is a concept we can play with Kubernetes. That also we can use. Like Kubernetes playgrounds is, sir. So let me check where it is. Cube color. There is a script to run actually that we cannot give by using comments. We have a link. I'm searching for that link currently where it is. Yeah, I got it. Seeing this one, sir? Directly you can run this one. Script actually this. Of course, you can run on script or you can run normally as well. Without script also, I can run this one. Just run it. Currently output is on color. See, kubectl get rs. If you give kubectl, it is going to show on black and white. But instead of kubectl, just to give cube color. Output is on green color. Give cube color. Get PO. Getting bots or not, sir? So like this, you can check. The concept is cube color, which is to give the colors for the Kubernetes outputs. Clear now? So that's it, sir. So like it is the way how we are going to work with Kubernetes. In real time also, we won't use the black and white output. I use the cube color majority of the times. So now coming for the doubts or queries. Any doubts or any queries from your end? No doubts, huh? Online, what about you? Are you having any doubts or queries? Can you please confirm in chat, all of you? Here, okay, fine. Auditing of deleting pod and a recreated pod is maintained somewhere, sir. No, I'm not getting your question. Auditing of deleting pod and recreating pod is maintained somewhere. Somewhere means wait, actually. He's asking about logs. Of course, like we have logs. If you wanna see kubectl get, simply no need of flag actually. Directly you can give the describe command. For example, kubectl, I'll tell you how to read that one. Kubectl or kubecolor, describe, deploy, train rs. Seeing the logs here, directly you can check like this. Instead of going for logs separately, you can get it. Okay. Even you can see old replica set. Old replica set is having currently 0. But new replica set we create. How many replicas we are having? 10. It is telling each and every 12 minutes ago, we scaled up the replica set to 3. 12 minutes ago. 11 minutes ago, again, scaled up replica set from train to 1. So again, 10 minutes ago, 2 to 3, 2 to 1, 1 to 2, like it is showing each and every scale down and scale in operations. Like instead of going for logs, it is better to understand, if you ask me. Hope it is clear for you, Satya. I mean, in deleted pod, whatever the image and its version, if you want to see it is possible, definitely. Why to go for pod? Directly you are having manifest file, right? In manifest file, you can see it directly. No. I haven't changed the manifest. See, for your practice, I use the same manifest file. But in real time, if I create a manifest file, I cannot overwrite that one. That is not possible. Okay. Then we can perform. There is a concept called auditing. I'll show you. Just give me 1 second. I'll give a brief. Like in Kubernetes, we are having the concept called logging and auditing. If you go for auditing part, you can see it. Let me open. I think it's on part 2, I think so, from my Kubernetes notes. Cluster auditing you can do, resource auditing you can do, like that. It is part 1. It is part 2. Yeah, here you can see. Basically, Kubernetes is a very big subject actually. Like we cannot complete within 1 week or 2 weeks. It will take at least 6 weeks to complete. In least case, yeah. But that for separate course, not here. Okay, don't worry. Seeing troubleshooting part here. In troubleshooting, there is a concept called this one. Seeing pod level issues. If you perform these kind of comments, you can get the output, like what you have done and what you gave the output. And there is one more concept called logging actually. Are you seeing the logging here? If we go to log, are you seeing the application logs here? So this kind of operation you can perform. Kubectl logs and give the pod name. It is going to get the complete logs of a pod. You want me to show? Kubectl or kubecolor. Get PO. First of all, get the pod. Kubecolor logs. I want this. Pod name correct only, right? Of course, basically we haven't performed any operation on that pod till now. I just create the pod, right? I haven't performed any operation. If I go inside the pod and if I do some operation, it will show me the logs. Is not found. 1 second. There are 2 trains here. Fine. It is not showing nothing. Why? Because I haven't done anything here like that. If you want container level logs, what you can do is same command, but put -c here. Inside this container, I have container 1, right? -c container 1. It can show the container level logs, but why it is not showing means I haven't done anything. I just created them. Hope it is clear for you, Satya. And after practicing, we need to delete server, otherwise it is going to be chargeable. So T2 medium is not free now. Your batch is like 10:45, right? Date 1709, na? 08, okay. Master node, worker node, given. Yeah, 1 second, I'll give. Okay, done. So any questions or any queries from your end? All right. So in tomorrow's class, I'm going to start about the cluster creation. Very important concept. So all of you come to the class. Might like if anyone is attending from online also. Tomorrow we are going to do how the Kubernetes administrator is going to create the cluster and what are the admin level activities we need to learn. So very important concept and it is going to be very, very interesting. So let's meet on tomorrow's session. Okay. Okay, then are we good for today? Any doubts or any queries? No, sure. Okay, then. So let's meet on your tomorrow session. Bye, all of you. Thank you.